Good morning. My name is Miguel Alvarez. I am architect, and I will talk about techniques to improve construction in Spain. Construction is not an effective industry in Spain. We continue using the same method that we have always used during years and years, which is design, bid, build. This means that we first make a project, then we make the bidding, asking for offers for several contractors. Afterwards, we award the contract to one of them, and the work begins. But all these phases are separated continents. There is no flow between all of them. That's a problem for construction. The results are not very good. Buildings in Spain normally cost more than it was predicted in the budget of a project. Buildings are made in a larger time than it was planified, and the quality is not always the one that was expected from the project. So, why is that? What can we do to solve this problem? Well, in the 80s, in the United States, car manufacturers were very concerned about the invention of Japanese cars. Japanese cars were lighter than the American ones, consumed less gasoline. They had smaller tires, and definitely they were cheaper. So the Americans began to be concerned about this and went to Japan to see what was passing with Japanese production that made that it was such a high contribution to USA. What they found is that in the 50s, since the end of World War II, the Japanese were using different ways of producing, very different from the American ones. And that was the Toyota production system, or TPS. They were using many techniques, very different from the American ones, like the just-in-time, for example. Just-in-time means that you don't have stock, you only manufacture what you have already sold. The Americans were fabricating many cars and stocking them before they were delivered. For example, Kaizen, which is afterwards known as continuous improvement. This is a Japanese word that means the change for better. Or Kanban, for example, stopping production when there was any problem with the car. And all this made that they were producing better and cheaper than the Americans. So the Americans came back to the United States and began to think about all this and thought that they had to change the way of production. So they began to focus only in clean production, eliminating all the wastes that it was a lot in manufacturing in the United States. And they call it lean. Lean production was the new system, eliminating waste, no waste, no waste. Well, many books were written in that times in the United States about lean, like lean manufacturing, lean for improvement, lean thinking, and lean was established in the manufacturing industries. In the 90s, in Finland, a teacher of construction management thought that this way of producing was applicable to construction. And so lean construction was born. Well, this came with many techniques, many of them coming from lean manufacturing and others already made especially for construction. Well, these are the ones who are the object of my researching, which are building information modeling, integrated project delivery, and target value design. This is the triangle that I think that could improve building. Thank you. Yes. Very briefly, target value design means to construct against previously established costs. You don't make any decision about construction, not considering that you have that cost as a fixed object of your target in the building. Not doing first the budget and then doing the work, which is cost as much as it can cost. No, you before fix the price and then you make the project. Integrated project delivery means collaboration. That from the very beginning of a project, all the parts involved, all the stakeholders, the most important, architects, property, and constructors, work together. Not first doing the project and then doing the bidding with the contractors. The contractors are seated in the same table as the property and the architect from the very beginning. So you avoid many of the problems that have arisen when there is separated spaces for developing a building. And I think that applying this, we could improve a lot our construction in Spain. And that is the target of my research. Thank you.